Are you on a GLP-1 drug or thinking of doing one? You need to listen to this. So I recently met the University of Cambridge, Nick, where he is one of the top 20, I think he's 27th most cited research scientist in the world. And I spoke to him about Parapal. He was impressed by it, and Lean Shield, something we're developing to help you hold lean muscle. And he mentioned one of the big problems coming up is we're focused on weight loss, and actually what we want is fat loss and to maintain muscle mass. Got me thinking, got me developing Lean Shield, something I'm going to mention in the future. But if you're on GLP-1 drugs, it's not that they actually melt away muscle. It's that they make it easy for you to basically eat hardly anything each day. So people have reported like they don't eat anything, zero. They can walk in a supermarket, their favorite food is there, and they just go, I don't care about it. But before they would have been eating 10 in one go. So when we look at the Minnesota starvation experiment, 1,500 calories a day when their maintenance was 3,000, so 50% calorie deficit. That's easily doable on GLP-1 drugs if you're taking the right dose. It's easy for you to have a deficit that big. It puts a huge catabolic stress on your body, and your body's going to use your fat cells for energy, of course, but it's also going to use your muscle for energy if you're not careful. And just eating calories isn't eating energy, isn't a guarantee you're going to hold on to muscle. You need to be eating protein. So if you're eating protein, you give the body the building blocks for it to keep repairing and building muscle, but you also need the signal. And the signal is to do some resistance training. You can do them at home, you can do it in the gym, but you got to tell your body, hold on, buddy, I need these muscles. Do not use them for energy. So make sure that whatever plan you're on, you do track your calories, you do track your protein. And I know you might be thinking, what's the point doing that if I'm already eating hardly anything and I'm losing weight? Yes, I know that you don't have to track because you know you're going to be in a deficit by default, being on a GLP-1, but you should find out how many grams of protein you're eating a day, what your calorie deficit size is, and therefore determines you need to get on resistance training ASAP, or you're going to be losing 20, 30, 40% of your weight from muscle, which is the disaster. Because what happens is when you lose muscle and you come off GLP-1s or any diet, your body has something called a fat overshoot. You gain more fat back than you started to the point of you regaining the lost muscle, which can take ages. And in Minnesota starvation experiment, it was 180% plus fat overshoot before they stopped having crazy hunger levels. So if you can maintain your muscle whilst you lose weight, or lose fat, and then you come off GLP-1s or taper off or come off a diet, your body's not going to have this crazy state of like, let's get it all back now, because the muscle's been maintained. The signal is there to be all good, and you'll find it easier to maintain. So it's super important you actually think about this and not just rush into jabbing, rush into getting on these drugs because they're going to make you eat nothing. You're going to eat nothing, but you might become nothing at the same time. And it's something to seriously consider if you're on them right now, or if you're going to try them. And honestly, the app I've built is called Para. You can log with a voice note. You can just talk into it. You don't have to type and search and all that stuff. You can just say, hey, I had this today, I had this today. It doesn't have to be bang on. 86% of people just log food, no brands. They just log the food they're having. You can barcode scan if you want, but they just log what they're having. AI goes and finds that food in a verified food database and brings it back. The little parrot flies off. Yeah, you just had that, happy days. Let me go off and get this. Come back. Here's what you ate. And that's as good as you're going to get. And get into a ballpark range, and then you're going to be in a good place. And it's very simple. It's literally 1 minute a day and 13 pence a day, but you get to try it for free on the 7-day trial anyway. But thought I'd let you know. Warning signals for you guys. Take them seriously, because one of the top brains in the world is worried about this. So therefore you should be too.